Hey everyone, this is Pam Crawford and Colin Crawford of the Crawford Realty Team with RE/MAX Professional Associates. And we've taken on the challenge of the 30 videos in 30 days. So we're going to be coming to you every day for about a minute a day just to talk about whatever real estate topic is on our mind. If you want us to talk about something specific you're looking for, please message us, give us some topics that you're thinking about. Today, I really wanted to talk about closings. I had a closing, and it was one that had both buyer and seller at the closing. Very rare. Colin, you've been doing this for a while.
Mm-hmm.
How often have you seen both buyer and seller be at the closing table?
Out of all the ones I've done, I've never seen a seller and a buyer at the same table.
Yep. When I first got to the closing, the buyers were sitting at one table and the sellers were sitting at another table. And I actually thought it was intentional. And I don't know if you can think of why I might have thought it was an intentional thing.
Beats me.
So when you're at a closing, the buyers are signing a lot of personal documents. It takes about an hour for the buyers to actually sign. They're going to be going over mortgage information, what all of their personal costs are going to be. And I thought they intended to sit at a different table because that was personal information. So once we realized that the buyers were sitting at another table, because I had had the pleasure of meeting them, both buyers and sellers sat together, which was a little interesting. It's very unusual to have the traditional. It was actually at the Registry of Deeds, and the two attorneys passed around all of the documents. The seller really only signs a couple of documents, and it's not necessary in today's market to be together. So I just wanted to point out that it's not necessary. Most of the times, are you seeing that you're closing at the Registry of Deeds, or are you closing
No.
at the attorney's offices?
I've only had one close at the Registry of Deeds.
Yep. And the rest are closing at the attorney's office.
Yep.
And then signing electronically?
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought that that was pretty interesting. Back in the old days, buyers and sellers were in the rooms together. Unfortunately, the seller would know a lot more about the buyer's personal information, and then they would shake hands, give keys out. Nowadays, they're done separately. You have a buyer closing and a seller closing, and it is recorded, and keys are given out once on record. But it does keep the information personal to each party. So I just thought that that was an interesting piece of information. Had never really thought about it because it's done separately most of the time, but today I witnessed one that was done kind of the old-fashioned way. And for me personally, I was a little uncomfortable because when the buyer's attorney was going over financial information, going over the deed, the mortgage, that was information that was being discussed in front of the seller, which was not necessarily anything that they needed to be. So, have anything else to add to that one, Colin?
No, that was great information.
Okay, so this is Pam Crawford and Colin Crawford of the Crawford Realty Team. If you have any other comments and you'd like to know about anything real estate related, we'll be coming to you every day for the next 30 days.
See you
Bye-bye.
tomorrow.